Gas prices in Canada are about to go up again. In the middle of the worst economic crisis since the Great Depression, the Trudeau government is preparing to unveil yet another regulatory framework that will cost tens of thousands of jobs and cause gas prices to soar by as much as 11 cents a litre, all while raising $0 in new government revenues and making no discernible impact on the environment whatsoever. It's like another carbon tax, except worse in every possible way. Now, the euphemism they're using to describe this new policy is the Clean Fuel Standard, but what it is in reality is simply a draconian new initiative that forces Canadian refiners to either shut down completely or pay billions of dollars to blend their product with substitutes like ethanol and biodiesel. But here's the problem. None of these refiners or producers will eat these costs themselves. They will simply pass them on to other businesses or to consumers like you, making not only your daily commute more expensive, but also every single good in Canada that is produced using oil and gas, which is pretty much everything. And while much of the current feedstock for our refineries right now comes from right here in Canada, these proposed substitutes like ethanol will likely have to be imported from other countries like the United States. And here's the kicker. This whole charade actually has the potential to hurt the environment. By raising input costs for manufacturers and other industries, it will make it that much harder for them to keep their jobs in Canada. In fact, it's been estimated this policy could cost as many as 30,000 Canadian jobs, forcing those companies to relocate to countries like China and India, where there are comparatively no environmental regulations at all. And even if all of this economic pain resulted in some sort of marginal reduction in CO2, which it probably won't, what's the point? The entirety of Canada represents only 1.6% of global emissions, and China's still building new coal-fired plants each and every week. Meanwhile, here in Canada, we're now double taxing Canadians who simply want to heat their homes using natural gas in the coldest country in the world. Look, nobody is against common sense environmental regulations that extract a small cost from Canadians in exchange for tangible, measurable results. That would be perfectly reasonable. But this is not one of those policies. It achieves nothing, costs a fortune, and is being implemented by a government, in all seriousness, at the worst possible time imaginable.